Hello and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can use motherstarter to provide your own input data and how you can write your own custom templates specific to your own environment. So without further ado, let's get started. I'll open up Visual Studio Code, and in here we have two folders which I've already prepared. In today's demo, what we're going to do is add three pieces of metadata to the inventory file, and then we will show how we have modified the template so we can take advantage of that metadata. So the three pieces of metadata which have been added to each of the devices, which were not shown in the first video, is the device role. So we have a few different device roles in here. Second piece of metadata is the site. So we've got Melbourne, Port Louis, and Christchurch. And the final piece of metadata is the country. So we've got Australia, Mauritius, and New Zealand. So on the right hand side now, I'm going to open up a couple of the templates. So the two templates that were modified for the purposes of this demo were the Nornir host template. So let's have a look at that. And as you can see, it's very simple to add metadata to the host file template. You can see the three additional lines here. Let's look at the PyATS testbed Ginger 2 template. And again, very simple, following the convention that's already here. Given that we are already iterating over the dictionary, all we need to do is access the values. This is an example of metadata that might not actually be used to manage the device itself, but can become very handy when you're trying to target certain devices in your network. For example, you might be targeting all devices in Australia or not all devices in New Zealand. So having access to this business-specific metadata in your network automation platform will allow you to build your own business-specific complex queries of devices that you want to target for network automation. Okay, now we'll jump back over to the command line. And firstly, what we'll do to refresh everyone's memory is have a look at the help menu. So in here, we can see everything that we can set from the command line. We'll leave the log level as default, and we will leave the source type as default, which is JSON, and we will modify the source directory, and we'll modify the template directory, and we'll leave the output as is because we might as well look at all the outputs. So let's start to build our command line query, which will be motherstarter convert. The source directory will be demo inputs, and our template directory will be demo custom templates. So let's run that. Okay, great. That seems to have run. So let's come back over here and refresh Visual Studio Code. And now in here we can see our outputs. So on the right hand side, I will now bring up the Nornir host file. And as we can see in here now, we have our metadata accessible to us. Nornir is very powerful in terms of building filtering queries, which you can do very complex filtering searches or joins or combinations to access devices that you need. So by having access to this data under the custom data of the Nornir host, you can be very powerful with what you can do in combination with Nornir. Finally, let's look at the PyATS file. And as you can see in here as well, we have access to all that metadata. Also, even though we didn't modify the templates or do any work for the CSV files, you'll notice that all this data is now available in CSV, as this is natively handled within the pandas functionality within the toolkit. So that concludes today's video. In today's video, we saw how to add our own inventory specific metadata specific to our needs, how to modify templates to take advantage of that data, and how we can use those outputs to build whatever automation solutions we need specific to our business. Thank you for tuning in to this video. I hope you found it useful, and thanks for watching.